What is going on, guys, and welcome back to part 3 of wrapping my WRX by myself. Today is hands down going to be the hardest section of the wrap, I hope. And as you can see here, I'm in the middle of it. I'm going in. I was getting myself prepared for today's video, and I really like to do a few things before I start, just so when I'm actually explaining to you guys, it actually makes sense instead of me just kind of freeballing it. So now that I kind of figured out how all the weather stripping is put together, I'm going to go through, show you guys how I got to this point here to be able to expose some screws so I can get all of the weather stripping, all the liner, all the window trim out of the way so I can get the wrap perfectly tucked and we actually make this wrap last. Let's go ahead and check it out. So the first thing I actually did is I took off my little roof spoiler here. There's obviously just 2 screws holding that guy in, so you probably don't have that if you have a WRX. If you have an STI, it is a little bit different. So there's 2 screws holding it in. That's where we're at. So now moving on to the actual like the weather stripping here. It's actually quite easy. There's literally just one little tab here, pry that guy away, and then there's one in here, there's one in here, there's one on this side. And once you get those guys out, it literally just comes off, just like that. And then it will actually expose these little screws here, which obviously I assume that's what's actually holding this piece in. I'm not going to be taking out this one. I'm only taking out this black one here, and then also I'm going to be taking off this one here. I've taken it off a few times because I wrapped my roof myself, so this one's pretty easy. Pulls out from the back, and then you pretty much slide these tabs all along here, and then it will come out. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get this guy off first, then I'll move up to this guy. All right, got all those screws out. As you can see, they all screw into these little plastic tabs around here, and it literally just pulls right out. After that, moving on to this guy here, pop open the trunk. Also just took the taillight out. That's super basic. Literally only has like 4 screws holding that thing in. Unplug it. Once the taillight's out, move up here. These guys pull straight out. You kind of have to shimmy shake it, but it should pull out from like these tabs here. And then these ones here, there's pretty much just a little half nail. It's kind of hard to see. Little half nail, and you work your way around, and those little black tabs you push forward to get it off the nail. So I'm gonna keep going all the way around, keep pushing forward whenever I get to the nail, and get the little black tab out of the way, and it should just pull right off. The man, the myth, the legend.
What's up?
There he is.
What's up, everybody?
In here. So Tommy came over, came through. This is, like I said, gonna be the hardest part, I think, or it might be easy, we don't know. Doing this full piece. I know you guys saw the little time lapse of Tommy and I getting this whole thing set up. I honestly don't think I probably could have done it myself. It was really hard. Tommy helped out. I appreciate you. Just because it's such a big piece and you need someone just pretty much holding tension so you can get it cut perfectly. Because I mean, look at this thing, it goes all the way down there, it goes all the way across, all the way to A pillar there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same concept that I was doing on the doors. I'm going to start on from the back, and I'm going to work my way to the front. Back, obviously, because it looks like it's going to be the most difficult. Get everything set here. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to get the backing off of it just a little bit, probably to about here or so. We're going to cut the backing. We're going to get the back fully set so we no longer need the magnets to hold it in place. And then we're just going to be working our way all the way down until we get over here. So we're going to start going in. We're ready to go. Alright boys, so the camera actually ended up overheating during a time lapse, which it got blown out. But pretty much all I'm doing now is just getting all the edges done and then reassembling all the window trim and stuff. But as you can see, we're ready to go. Definitely this was probably like the hardest part down here as far as getting the edges done, but use a little knifeless tape up here, got my stuff all set up. All this obviously doesn't really matter because it will be covered by the trim here. And then we got, you know, the gas cap lines all nice and stuff like that. I just used a little straight edge for there. But you can really start seeing everything come together. Now I'm just gonna put back the trim, get that guy all bolted up, just do the gas cap, and we'll get pretty much a full side view of what this thing's gonna look like. All right, so we put in a ridiculous amount of work today. I literally only got the 3/4 portion done, but just because it was so huge and so many little technical details that I had to do just to get everything looking perfect, had to take out, you know, the gas cap, had to get all the weather stripping away. So that was definitely the hardest part probably so far. Everything is kind of uniquely hard in its own way. But this one was definitely the most time consuming because of course it was the biggest portion of it. So I don't think I'm gonna end the video just on doing this one portion. I think I'm gonna combine it. It's gonna be a little bit longer video into tomorrow. And I'm gonna have Tommy hopefully come over again and help me get the other 3/4 portion done on this side and also rear bumper, because then I could do both the doors myself. I'll do all the flares myself, and then obviously the front fender, just like I'll have that. Then move on to the front bumper. So we're definitely making some good progress. Things that I did off camera is like my hood scoop. It was actually really easy, pretty self-explanatory. I did a little black inlay in the inlet portion on the bottom, which I thought was pretty cool. I also finished one front flare and put on a fender liner just when I had a little bit of time, and I didn't film that either. But obviously we got the other flares to wrap, so I just really did that for some Instagram photos to see what the front's gonna look like. If you're not filming on Instagram, definitely do that. It's over here. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We are back. This is day 2, part 2 of today's video. And as far as this side goes, it came out pretty good. Only a few issues that I had, but I mean, overall, working back to front, the back came out pretty much perfect. You know, got the gas cap all ready to go. We got all these guys here. And then the only issue that I really had was kind of tucking it in to where the window is. I actually had to pretty much redo this, and I'm going to redo it again. I haven't figured out the best technique to kind of tuck it underneath here, because for these guys it's a lot easier because I can actually take off the trim, and then I don't really need to worry about tucking because I just have a perfect edge there, and then I can cover it when I bolt this thing back up. And especially for the top too, it's super easy. But this guy was definitely the hardest part for me in particular. But Tommy's back for round 2. There he is. This is looking great. And we're getting this guy set up on this side. This is our goal for today. We want to get this 3/4 part done, because honestly, 2 people makes it a lot easier to do this part for sure. As far as the doors go and stuff like that, I could do it myself, so no issue on that. So we're gonna go ahead, get this guy going, see how far we can get. And there we go. This is pretty much phase 1 of the wrap, pretty much being laid down, all ready to go. Now obviously I gotta start cleaning up all these edges, but we got the full base layer pretty much ready to go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my razor blade, start making my rough cuts all the way around so I have a better working pretty much material to grab, and start pretty much tucking away all the way across. So we're going to go ahead, put in some work. Catch you guys in a second. All right, I think this is where we are going to end it for today's video. Honestly, a lot of good progress went down today. These are definitely the hardest portions, takes the most effort for sure. I'm really stoked the way it came out. This side did come out a lot better. I was, you know, better prepared for this area right here. So this guy literally came out perfect compared to the other side, which, you know, we'll talk about that later. But either way, I mean, super stoked with how this came out. Now we are pretty much the final stretch. Like I said, doors, honestly, pretty easy with the technique that I got. Then it's just going to be the small stuff like flares, side skirts, rear bumper, and I know the front bumper is going to be pretty hard. But we're going to be doing that all in the next videos to come. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. A lot of good progress made. I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.